My name is Tashandra Poullard, and I am the writer, producer, and director of the documentary Sex and a Single Black Woman. Stay tuned. One of the reasons why I started this documentary was because I wanted to know, why am I and so many other women I know still single? You know, I wanted to know what is the issue, the underlying issue that is making a lot of black women believe or feel as if they failed in life if they're not married with children. What does it really mean to get and keep a man? Or where does the responsibility fall upon men who are in committed relationships to actually be real and be committed to the women that they're with? I watched a lot of the judgment fall upon the woman. Well, she didn't know how to keep him. She didn't know how to make him happy. She didn't know how to satisfy him. How do you satisfy somebody who may or may not be satisfied within themselves regardless of what you do? People think that living in a two-parent household equates to stability. What do you do when one or both of the parents in the household is sick? And I'm not talking about the medical aspect of sickness. I'm talking about, I looked at my parents' relationship. I looked at the dynamics of how they work together, the issues that they've had within themselves, within their life, within their marriage, the many things we saw unfold, and it made me understand that a lot of the reasons why I was still single was because there was a fear that I would have some of the same dysfunction that I witnessed in them. I think there are signs that a lot of women see, but they completely ignore for fear of being alone, for fear of being by themselves. So they just kind of settle. You know, even if it takes me a while, even if it takes me years, even if it takes me till I'm 60, 70 years old to find true love, and it's difficult to say, I'm willing to wait because I understand that there's more to me than just being married. I do desire companionship. You understand what I'm saying? I do desire the love of someone else, but I want to make sure it's the right person. For me, one of the main topics I want to focus on right now is how brothers view love. What do they feel they are missing in a relationship with black women? What do they feel we need to do to make them feel wanted, loved, appreciated, respected? When you talk about black activism, most of the black activism you see, from what I've seen, is black women in support of black men, especially as it pertains to police brutality. Now, when we talk about black activism for women and young girls, something that I personally have noticed is that black men are not as involved intensely as we are as it pertains to issues that black men face in society. As black women, we have always served as a covering for brothers. We've always supported brothers. When you look at the aspect of the Black Panther movement, that started out majority female. The majority of them, I want to say it was roughly 70% of the original participants were black women. Black women were behind the scenes when it came to graphic design, promotions, and speech writing, all of that. But once it became popular and well known, then it became more masculine in nature. And one of the reasons why the black feminist movement, I want to say the second wave black feminist movement took off, was because it was to address the misogyny that had infiltrated the Black Panther part. They wanted to practice the women being more submissive, taking more submissive roles, and it became more of a domination game, which is one of the reasons why it fell apart. I wanted to address the misogynoir of black empowerment. At the same time, many say that there is a undertone of man-hating or man-bashing when it comes to black women who stand for the well-being of black women and black girls. I want to address that too. You know, why do they feel there is a need to grapple or fight with brothers when we're all on the same team? One thing I'm noticing now is that young black boys have absolutely no problem fighting girls. Back in the day, you didn't really see that. Back in my day, there weren't too many boys I knew that would fight. There were a few, but not as much as it is now, where the idea is to record it and put it on social media of a boy jumping a girl, fighting a girl, or girls jumping boys and posting it to social, all this craziness. What do you do when the only example you've had in the household of a union is negative? What do men have to say? What do men want to say about the state of relationships, marriage, sex, intimacy, even thoughts on homosexuality? We have an idea of what many brothers have to say about homosexuality, but how often do we hear the homosexual male speak on this aspect of black love? You know, I've met two brothers who are a part of Black Lives Matter affiliated movements who happen to be homosexual, one who is HIV positive. We don't talk to them. You know, how are the kids seeing this? What are they thinking when they hear both sides go back and forth with each other, bickering back and forth with each other over what needs to be addressed within the black community?